Hello guys, welcome back to mathematics. Today we're going to check what is the addition of the angles in a triangle. So we are actually going to check that there is a gold rule, and that is that the addition of the angles in a triangle is always, for any triangle that you can draw, the addition of the angles is always going to be 180. So for example, that this is not necessarily drawn on a scale, guys, so don't try to measure the angles to check that it's actually the values that I'm going to give it to you. It's just an approximation. But if you measure the angles in this triangle, you can find that, for example, this one is 95, this one is 40, and this one would be 45. So when you do the addition of the three of them, you are going to find that is 180 for every triangle in the world. So why is this useful? Because sometimes in some exercises, for example, you know that this angle is 40, this angle is 35, and you are asked what is the third angle. So you say, okay, I'm going to call this angle x. So 40 plus 35 plus x has to be 180. So I need to find a number that when I add it with 40 and 35 gets you the 180. Or, in other words, 180 minus the 40 plus the 35 is 75, so minus 75. So we find a number that when we add them together, we get the 180. That is 105. So you would know that this angle is 105 degrees. But there's also something special. Let's imagine that you have an isosceles triangle. Remember, an isosceles triangle, it has two sides that they have the same measure. So necessarily you are going to find two angles that they have the same measure. So let's say you know that this angle here is 100 degrees. Just knowing one angle of the triangle and you are going to be able to find this one, because this is going to be x, and x is the same one for both. So x plus 100 has to be 180. X plus x is 2x. I can bring the 100 to the right to subtract and get 180 minus 100, which is 80. From here, I just need to divide both sides by 2. So we could cancel the 2 and x is going to be equals 40. That means both angles are 40 degrees. And you have solved the triangle just knowing one angle because of the rule of addition to 180. This is another isosceles, but let's say in this case you know this angle. This angle here is 50. So what would you do? Since it's isosceles, you know that this angle is also 50. So you just have to find another angle that when you add it with 50 and 50, you get 180. 50 plus 50 is 100. So what you need to complete the 180 is just 80 degrees. So notice how the rule helps us to find the angles in a triangle. This one is also very useful when you have rectangle triangles. That is, one of the angles is a right angle, 90 degrees. So in this case, if you know this one, let's say, you know that this one is 70 degrees. Then since this is 90, the other two angles together should be another 90. So together they are going to be the 180. So you just need to take 90 minus this angle and you are going to find the third angle, which is just 20 degrees in this case. 20 plus 70 is 90 and 90 plus 90 is 180. And of course we have to talk about the equilateral triangle. The three sides are the same. And actually the three angles should be also the same. So this one is the same in every case because 180 should be divided in three parts. So every time that you are talking about an equilateral triangle, you are talking about 60 degrees angles, always. It doesn't matter the length of the side, it's always going to be 60 the angle. Okay guys, this is time for you to practice. So try to find the value of the unknown variables here, x, y, and z. You can pause the video, solve them, and come back to check your answers. Okay, let's check the first one. It's an isosceles triangle. So this angle is also x. That means x plus 40 is 180. Then these two x should be 140. So if I divide 140 in two parts, that's going to give me 70. So the x should be 70 degrees. For the second one, this is a right angle, so we already know that this is going to be 90. So 90 plus 40 plus y is going to be 180. 90 plus 40 is 130. Plus y is equals to 180. Then y should be 50, since 130 plus 50 is going to give us the 180. Finally, let's check the last one. This one, it says that 25 plus 110 plus z should be 180. 25 plus 110 is 135 plus z is equals to 180. So we subtract 135 both sides to get 180 minus 135, which is just 45. So z is 45 degrees. Okay guys, that was all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, book your own lessons with me if you want, and let me any questions or any other topic you want me to explain in the comments box. Bye bye guys, see you next time.